Hello everybody, I am a guy with a yo-yo. Today's throw is the Panorama by One Drop Yo-Yos. We're going to take a look at this signature throw and see what all the fuss is about. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive right in.
Welcome to the Community Spotlight, where we showcase something different from the community every video.
Huge thank you to Brian Koski for joining us in today's Community Spotlight. Now, on to the story. To get a good handle on where this throw came from, first, let's dive into One Drop Yo-Yos and see what they're all about. You probably already know that One Drop is the only large volume North American yo-yo manufacturer in existence, but something you may not know is that there are over 22 people on the One Drop team as of February 2021. The Panorama is the signature yo-yo of team member Tsukasa Takatsu from Japan. According to him, the Panorama was designed in the pursuit of not just being a great yo-yo, but instead being an irresistible everyday player. There's a lot of power in the name of something. The word panorama means to have a large view of something, often revealed slowly. Unsurprisingly, that's exactly how this yo-yo was shown to the world. Tsukasa is one of, if not the most prolific yo-yo Instagram creators in existence. As of February 2021, he has over 2,400 clips. Watching his videos can be mesmerizing. On the surface, the motion seems simple and easy to accomplish. However, it only appears that way because of his mastery of the yo-yo craft. At the end of the day, the Panorama shares the same element of surprise as his videos. It may look simple at a glance, but when you try it for yourself, it's a completely different story.
The One Drop Panorama is a 6061 aluminum mono metal yo-yo. As you can kind of see here, it comes stock with these Lego side effects, which is definitely a nice change of pace. I'm happy to see more side effects come out from One Drop, especially ones that they haven't necessarily circulated in a bit. So the diameter on this throw is 55.71 millimeters. The profile width is just 37.85 millimeters. So that is exceptionally narrow. Even some of One Drop's other narrow throws, like the parlay, kind of hover around that 41 range. However, this is kind of what makes this yo-yo this yo-yo. The gap width is standard. It's a 4.32 millimeter, which is the same that came on the Free Solo, if I remember correctly. The base weight on it without side effects is 60.45 grams. If you include the stock Lego side effects, it bumps it up to 63.26 grams. I don't know if you can tell, but it does have a nice thumb grind lip in there as well, if that's your thing. And if you wanted to know what the inside of the yo-yo looks like, here it is. It comes with the standard One Drop silicone pads, which honestly are some of the absolutely longest lasting stock manufactured pads I've ever played with. It also comes with the standard One Drop 10 ball bearing, which are really nice. They're flat, but they are very nice, and they fit One Drops quite well. And then you'll kind of notice that there's actually not a lot of contours on the body of this. It has a it goes up into a mound, but there's not really a lot going on here. But it's angled just slightly up, which is hard to see, but it doesn't really cause a lot of extra friction, which helps, especially with it being a high walled design. You can kind of see it a little bit better there. Okay, and for the comparison for the Panorama, I have the One Drop Nitro, of course the Panorama here in the middle, and also a One Drop Parlay. So this is pretty fun for me because you can see the Nitro is a touch taller than the Parlay, and then the Panorama is still even smaller or more narrow than the Parlay is. So it's really cool to me to kind of see the differences in the two, and then you can obviously see outside of the width, they're completely different. So the cup is significantly different than it is on the Parlay. Even the shape The Parlay has more of a bubbly organic vibe to it versus the Panorama. It more steeply drops off, is not as smooth, is not as rounded. And then the Nitro as well, you can kind of see there, although they have a similar shape, it's hard to tell, but the diameter is also a bit bigger. If I remember correctly, the Parlay is something like 53 in the diameter, and then the Panorama is closer to the standard size at 55.71. Kind of the going size for most yo-yos now is in that kind of that 56 millimeter range, so it's pretty close to being a full-size throw. So if you are wondering, obviously these all play distinctly differently and quite enjoyably, but this is just how they look next to each other. In closing, the Panorama is a really fun and slim yo-yo. I appreciate that it feels really unique. Although I have a ton of organics, I have a lot of different shapes and sizes. The width of this yo-yo is really unique and it's really fun. It sets itself up to be really good for a lot of chopstick type tricks and just very maneuverable. But while it maintains that larger diameter, it helps it to feel powerful enough. So normally with the yo-yo that is extremely narrow or on the lighter side of things, it can oftentimes feel unstable or sometimes even easy to go off plane. But the Panorama actually feels heavier than it is, and it is very powerful. I was surprised actually to see how powerful it is on the string and its ability to really perform and separate itself out from some of the other throws in my collection. Huge thank you to David and Sean for helping out with this video. As always, without them, it absolutely would not be possible. Question of the day for you: what's a yo-yo that you really were excited about when it released? And let me know, did it live up to your expectations? As always, I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, share so we can continue to grow the channel and make more content. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Either way, keep throwing. Until next time, later days.